Let's get to your stock picks for today, gents. Grant, what are you picking?
Right, so my stock pick is Anta Sports. It's a shoe company essentially, and it's based in China. I think there's a number of opportunities presenting. I think the consumer is bottoming out in China, so there's the potential to benefit from an uptick in the consumer and the Chinese economy. They're taking market share from Nike. They've got quite a good brand portfolio. The one of the stars of their portfolio is actually Fila, the old brand that many of us would still remember. It is one of the best or most popular brands in China. So this is a good operator. They've pulled back about nearly 20% over the past month. And so I think it's presenting quite a cheap, attractive entry point if you're taking a sort of 2 to 3 year view. And you don't want to be involved in any geopolitical risk because most of the earnings are still coming out of China. So yeah, I think it's a really good story. It's a good operator. They've been around for I think it's 30 years now, so it's not a fly by night. It's a good business. So that's my pick, Anta Sports.
All right. Yeah, talking about Fila, what are you feeling today, Gary?
I'm glad Grant likes China because mine's squarely rooted in China. So I'm going with PDD Holdings, and I'm going to have to give a lot of risks around the stock pick as well. So we don't actually hold it in our offshore portfolios. Again, it doesn't qualify because it's too speculative. We prefer Amazon, but if you don't know PDD Holdings, it's the back of Temu, and you must have seen Temu because they advertise absolutely everywhere. Pinduoduo is their Chinese business, but in September 2022 they launched the international brand. They're now in about 50 countries. They're definitely in South Africa. I was actually playing with the app this morning for the first time and really getting a sense of it. I didn't buy anything, but it's the gamified shopping experience where you spin and you win a thing, and then suddenly you have to pick 8 gifts, and it seems like a lot of fun, and it seems like they're getting towards from various reports towards around 1 billion customers as well. People are saying that, and this is where the risks start coming in. They're saying it's almost the size of Italy's economy.
Wow.
The problem is with Temu is it is so opaque, and that's the risk. Now, on a technical basis, there's a Morningstar analyst that covers it. They're looking for a target of around $230. It's trading around $137. So significant upside. You look at the technicals as well, nice up channel. If China starts to look well, I think people can go into it. But let's caveat, the reason that we don't hold it in portfolios, this is speculative, extremely speculative. If you look at the holding structure, it's incredibly complex. If you're buying the ADR in the US, to actually work out what you have a stake in is very, very difficult. The way that they report is also quite complex. It's run by an ex-Google engineer. In China, they have something called white gloves, where they own companies, but they don't own companies. So it's very difficult to see where the shareholder value comes from. But there's no question it's an exciting story. And because you've got that uptrend, I would say as a speculative stock pick, if you think that you're going to get a little bit of an uplift in China, I think there's probably $50-$60 in the stock for a short-term pick. Long-term, I think the risks around China that we've already mentioned, the demographics, the regulatory concerns, as well as the opaque structure, lead me not to put it in long-term portfolios, not in kind of the safe portfolios in quotes. But if you're looking for a speculative stock pick that can potentially deliver $60-$70 upside in the next year, I would think that's something that you could have a gamble on.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you so much for your time and for your analysis today, gents. Much appreciated. That is all for tonight's Stock Watcher. Thanks to our guest, Grant Nader from Benguela Global Fund Managers and Gary Booysen from Rand Swiss. And don't forget to tune into Business Day TV on Thursday and Friday, as we'll be bringing you exclusive content from Standard Bank's Africa Unlocking Africa's Growth Conference that will be taking place in Cape Town. Themes under discussion include South Africa's current business environment, doing business in Africa, and renewable energy. That's right here on Business Day TV. Up next, The Close. Stay tuned.